alcohol, it makes you love me. Oh, I can't see when you're so above me. When I embrace
Sweet Leda,
you try to show me.
last week's featured band of the week.
When she's with
Welcome to, what did we call it? Gashouse? A Week in Gashouse.
The Week in Gashouse.
The Week in Gashouse.
This week in Gashouse?
This Week in Gashouse. I think that sounds nice.
I think this song sounds kind of nice.
Sweet Leda's good. It's sweet.
I'm feeling it kind of now.
This is our first episode of this podcast. We've done many in the past. We're part of Gashouse Radio. Maybe we should explain that. Kind of just want to hear some Sweet Leda, though.
You kind of do. Just let it rock. Just let it roll.
All right. Well, Gashouse Radio is an internet radio station. We blend original talk shows and music. Our music is as half independent, half underplayed mainstream.
That's really great.
Yeah. Our goal is to promote independent music, specifically in the Philadelphia area, but really everywhere.
We're worldwide now.
True.
At least intercontinental.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So that's basically what Gashouse Radio is. You can tune in 24/7, gashouseradio.com. There's a Gashouse Radio Android app and an iPhone app, but you can find us on TuneIn, Shoutcast, Stitcher, all the major internet radio apps. Anywhere.
Tune in.
Yeah. Our live show is every weekday, 5 to 7, Gashouse Live. It's our flagship show, basically. It's a culmination of the entire station.
5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard.
That's right.
West
Eastern
Coast.
Time.
West Coast.
The show, we play music. We talk about really whatever we want to talk about. We're all kind of all over the map. We talk a lot
Current
about
events, mostly currents.
I wouldn't even say mostly. We do a lot of music news and entertainment news, but it's not. I feel like every podcast says, "Oh, we talk about current events."
Well, we don't talk about the Civil War.
Well, that's true. Okay, current events. Current events. It is.
Pop culture.
It's a very interactive show via Twitter at Gashouse Radio. During the day when we're not live, we're very active with Facebook, facebook.com/Gashouse Radio. And our chat room during not just our live show, but we have live shows all night long, 5 nights a week, 6 nights a week, really. Saturdays is just usually music, but that's basically what it is, and that's our Gashouse Live. And this podcast, well, you know what we didn't say? Band vs. Band. It's a big segment of our Gashouse Live, weekdays 5 to 7. And it's technically a competition, but it's really just a fun way to introduce our audience to 2 new independent bands at the same time, in like a lighthearted competition type way. And this podcast is basically going to be a summary of Gashouse Live. We're going to sum up last week's show, all the music that we debuted, and the big topics that we've got into. And we're also going to look ahead at what we got coming up next week. So that's what we're doing here.
So it's a This Week in Gashouse and Next Week in Gashouse.
It's a last week, next week.
True.
I suppose. This right here is Jonas Carping.
Shout out to Jonas Carping.
Yes, Jonas was part of Band vs. Band last Monday. Our current champion was on Monday and is still Amber Ladd. amberladd.bandcamp.com. She started back on the 8th. And with Band vs. Band, basically, when we match up these 2 bands head-to-head, we play 2 songs back-to-back, 1 from each band, 3 times throughout the 2-hour show. So that's 3 rounds of a head-to-head song. And our audience votes with the thumbs up and thumbs down buttons that are on our app and on our next to our chat room. And the artist with the most votes just moves on to the next day. And Tuesday the 8th, Amber won. She became the current Band vs. Band champion.
That was this Tuesday?
Last Tuesday. And
right.
ever since then, she's been winning.
She's been cruises 7 days in a row.
Yeah.
I just saw she posted that on her Facebook. Amber Ladd.
Right. So Monday, Jonas Carping was the new challenger. And this is Jonas here.
This is Jonas?
Yes. He did well, but Amber's killing it. Nothing you can do about it. We had a lot of great artists this week, but nobody could touch her.
She is kind of rolling.
Yeah. Jonas Carping all over Twitter, Facebook, you know. All the links to all the bands that we're going to mention, by the way, just search for the band name on gashouseradio.com and you will find all their links and an article about them. Because we write about all the...
I don't use the search on a website enough.
You don't use it enough?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
It's easy. It makes everything easy.
Yeah, just search Jonas Carping.
Just go to gashouseradio.com, search in the top right. Knock that out. You'll find anything you need to know.
Yep, rather than sit here and list all the websites, I think it'd be easier just to do that. In addition to the band versus band, we usually introduce a brand new band, one song from a brand new band.
That will also get voted on, either up or down.
Yes.
If you're on the positive end of the votes, you get in the band versus band. If you don't, meh. Not for us. Not for us.
Yeah, that's basically how we figure out who's in band versus band. We debut a brand new band, play one song, our audience listens, they vote, and if they like it, we'll bring them back for a band versus band. So that was Monday. Let's this is Jonas. Let's hear a little bit from the other two bands. We debuted on Monday a band called Medic. I believe they were from... I can't do this off the top of my head.
I think they were from England.
No. They were either from Boston or New York. But you know what you could do is just search Medic.
You could just go to Gas House Radio and search Medic, like I'm doing. We'll get to the bottom of this. Look at that, right up top. I gotta open it.
Yeah, I know you can go to wearemedic.com. And
That's their website, wearemedic.com?
And We Are Medic on Twitter. This song's called Everything We Have.
Denver. Medic's actually from Denver, Colorado.
Let's stop guessing where the bands are from. I'm good on the day, but a week later, forget it.
Shout out to Denver. How could we forget? Denver just got beat last weekend. That's why you forgot.
We also debuted the John Schrader Band. So let's check out a little bit of them as well.
Oh, nice segue. These were definitely a debut, right?
Yeah, these were all debuts. I don't remember how they did as far as the voting. You'll have to find out if you see them in band versus band. But also I want to mention that in addition to during the show, during the live show, when you hear the songs, you can vote. You can vote 24/7 whenever you hear a song.
You can vote on any song you hear on the station.
Yes, all the time. Those thumbs up, thumbs down buttons are working. And in addition to that, we have an auto request feature at the top of the chat room. When you click Listen Now on gashouseradio.com, chat room opens up with the player and the artist information and all that kind of stuff. At the top there, above the chat room, auto request. You type in an artist, title, song title, or album. A drop-down menu will come. You click one, and it'll go and play next. And that works mostly during the day. Works a lot at night. It doesn't work when we have live talk shows. We have a lot of those. So mostly during the day, whenever music's playing, basically. Right. Or you and I are on the air.
You can request.
Yeah. If Valivis is on the air, the Rob Valivis Show, which is Sundays, 8 p.m., or the Stoner Jesus Show, or any other of the major talk shows that we have, they're talking. They're not doing requests.
Right. You're right. So it's not. It's the opposite of what I said. Not at night.
Right. All right. So this is the John Schrader Band. This was all happened on Monday. Then Tuesday, we met a very interesting young man, Lyric Dubee.
He's from Canada.
Canadian.
I know.
Yes. Was it Ontario?
I don't know.
Toronto?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely Canada. Wow, we're really bad with our geography today.
You know how I could probably find out? Go to Gas House Radio and search Lyrical Dubee.
Lyric Dubee, no lyrical.
Oh.
But Lyric Dubee is a 14-year-old prodigy. He's got 2 full-length albums. This is him right now. Wrote his first album when he was 12. And he's kind of blowing up in Canada a little bit.
He's got a following up there?
Yeah, he was in our band versus band on Tuesday. Unfortunately, not enough to take out Amber. Amber Sirius.
Yeah, Amber's. When we say Amber's rolling, she's really rolling. She's halfway to being retired. Not quite.
Right around there, yeah. So this song is called You Instead. Lyric Dubee.
I would remember we thought they were going to be rap. I did anyway.
Yeah.
The Dubee thing makes me think rappers. Not in Canada.
So that was the Band vs. Band on Tuesday. We also debuted the Quixote Project. I'm going to turn this up for a second.
Rocket.
The Quixote Project are from this area, just outside Philadelphia. I've heard their name around town a little bit here and there, just working with the station, but then last Tuesday, I saw them at Hebe Music in Mount Holly. Great little venue in Mount Holly. Speaking of Hebe Music, we just partnered up with Hebe Music to start a new radio station. So if some of you might be new to Gashouse Radio, well, we've been around for about 2.5, almost 3 years now. And so we partnered up with Hebe Music to start another station called Hebe Radio, which you can check out, heberadio.com. They broadcast a lot of their live events. And then they have some similar programming, but a lot of other stuff as well. It's a nice little complement to Gashouse Radio. It's working nicely together. So anyway, I met the Quixote Project by hanging out over at Hebe, and it's been an excellent addition to the station. So they have 2 full-length albums that they were nice enough to give us. So they'll be in regular rotation as well.
It's pretty great.
And if you tune into Gashouse and you're not really feeling the music that's playing at that moment, first you can thumbs down, and then you can and then you can head over to heberadio.com,
which is great.
Yeah,
it's the
and they've got their
and if you can go to Gashouse Radio and get the Hebe Radio, it's right under our play button.
Yeah, we have links there. And Tuesday night 7 to 9 is their live show. It's kind of like their flagship show, so you should check that out as well. This is how I met the Quixote Project. They were on their debut episode. So that was Quixote Project. We also debuted a band called Colorstone. Kind of reminds me of a Beatles song in the beginning there.
Sure does.
That's Helter Skelter, right?
Yeah,
Go back
I hear
to
a
the
little
bottom.
Helter Skelter. Yeah, that's Helter Skelter you're talking about.
Yeah. Good stuff, though, Colorstone. The song's called Silver Spoon. All right. And then we also debuted a band called Abbe May, or an artist, I should say, Abbe May.
Solo?
Actually, I'm not sure if it was a full band or just an artist. Carmageddon.
Carmageddon. I was going to say, who is this again? This is one of our debuts, right?
Abbe May. The song's called Carmageddon, yeah.
I thought so. Oh, I thought so.
And again, you can find all of these by searching their names on gashouseradio.com. Now we have Wednesday. Oh, and by the way, we haven't even really mentioned what else goes on during the show, because a big part of the show is this debut music and the band versus band and everything, but we get into discussions. Like on Monday, it's kind of a long story how this came up, but we discussed black serial killers. Krantz was trying to convince me that there's no such thing as a black serial killer. All crazy people are white.
The crazy ones our way.
So that started quite the conversation.
It
And
started it back in on
Saturday.
Saturday night at Hiding Scarlet on our way home from Delaware.
Yeah. I'm sure some beers had to do with that discussion. And our friend Dorothy was...
She was in the back not saying anything.
Yeah, she was like, oh my God.
Good thing I came. It's really nice. Assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what are you going to do?
That's what happens. Yeah, so that was on Monday. What happened on Tuesday? Oh, maybe we should take a break from our debuts and our band versus bands to hear a little bit of who we met on Tuesday.
Who did we meet Tuesday, Dust?
I'm going to fade out Abby May for a second.
Fade it. That was a nice job of fading, too.
We met a band that kind of took over the rest of the week as far as the chat room discussions were concerned and some of our background music.
Oh, they did. And you know they're from Boston?
Yes, they are from Boston, as is our current band versus band champion.
That's who told me that they're from Boston. This is pretty much... I mean...
Would you know my dick if you saw it in heaven? Will my dick be the same?
That's really nice.
This isn't their only hit.
No, the guy's in My Dick.
The band's called My Dick.
And the album's called My Dick's double full length release.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You can get this at a name your price basis, can't you?
Yes, you can go to mydick.bandcamp.com, which is great. Or they're My Dick on Facebook. You can find it there, I'm sure.
And they just take classic songs and insert My Dick.
As many times as they can.
Give us one more example, then we'll get back to our regular show.
I'm trying to think of what was one of my other favorite ones. This one's ridiculous. This will show you an example of over-dicking.
I don't remember. Oh, I do remember the original now.
It's too much. This is great. I thought I invented doing this. Like, drunk in the back of the car riding home with my wife. These guys made an album out of it.
I thought I invented it.
No, but I mean, you never pull this shit?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Or rapping's another good one. When I turn into, like, 50 Tyson. And start rapping like him.
So that was Tuesday.
He's in a porn.
50 Tyson?
He's trying, yeah. He's in
That's
some
weird, because when we met
porn.
that kid, he was like 16.
Now he'll be what? 17.
That wasn't that long ago.
A couple years ago. He's of age.
I guess so.
He can start burying that thing of his. That's gross.
All right. All right, well, moving on to Wednesday. Wednesday. This is a band from the UK called The Tax.
T-A-X or T-A-C-K-S?
T-A-X. Good question.
I'm always thinking of them, Dust. I'm always thinking of them.
Song's called Cure the Animal. This was the challenger for Amber on Wednesday the 16th. Great 3 songs from these guys. Wasn't enough. Amber took them out as well.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. What else did we talk about on Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday we got a little bit into the Sandy Hook conspiracy video that's been going around.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Forget what it's called too, but it's an interesting discussion, and it definitely sparks a lot of debate everywhere. I really enjoy talking about things like that. I think it's important. It's specifically this one's a little hard because it's really difficult to question that when you're talking about children dying. It's really uncomfortable to do.
And as soon as, like, the argument I heard, and I kind of felt this way, I just didn't realize it was what I was thinking. Like, whenever it's about guns, these conspiracy theories pop up. Shit happens every day. and nobody questions it and makes a whole conspiracy theory about it. I mean,
Well, yeah, but because shit happens every day that's not that big.
you're right,
You know,
but
when big things happen, and unfortunately, a lot of times, big things happen involve violence.
I don't know.
9/11 had nothing to do with guns. You know how many conspiracy theories there are about that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just giant events where people... you know what it is? A lot of times, too, as much as I like to, not side with, but entertain the ideas of these conspiracy theories, a lot of times they're just such gigantic tragedies that people have a hard time dealing with them, so it must not be true. There must be something more. And that's where a lot of these conspiracy theories come from.
Yeah.
That being said, there's plenty of conspiracy theories that come out to be true.
I mean, but I see. I have a hard time with the word plenty, and I don't have numbers. But I would bet the majority of conspiracy theories are false.
100%. You're absolutely right.
So I mean, quite a few. There's a few that are true.
But it's important to keep our government and media and everybody in check by questioning everything. Question it. Just question it. You don't have to, go balls in with, yes, I totally agree that was fake.
And I mean, I'm not a big government guy, but for the government to buy into these conspiracy theories, what do they really have to, even to entertain these conspiracy theories, what do they really have to gain?
Nothing. The government doesn't even want to acknowledge it at all. Of course not.
I don't know. There's just something. There's just something about it. With 9/11, it's just how many people's families were ripped apart by all those dead people. With this, it's the dead kids, the dead teachers.
Yeah, it's what makes it difficult to talk about for sure.
Right. It makes it difficult to talk about, and it makes it it's really insensitive without having some pretty hard evidence. Like, you can't argue that guy that made that video is making thousands of dollars off it going viral.
Sure.
He's got a 30-second ad in front of it, and he's making the money off of everybody watching that video.
Yeah.
So,
but if it was complete and utter bullshit, there wouldn't be 5 million people talking about it.
I disagree. I think there's a lot of people. I think there's a lot of paranoid people in this country. Overly paranoid.
That's true.
Don't understand it.
That's true too.
And I think it's an oversaturation of information. If you know, like, in your mind, you can imagine a lot of things happening, but in reality, a few of them do. But sometimes there's these outliers that something, and a kid gets abducted walking home from school, and murdered and raped or whatever. I mean, that's a terrible thing to say, but it happens. It does happen.
Yeah.
But the frequency of it happening and the likelihood of it happening are very, very low.
Yeah, but you're right. It's oversaturation of information, which part of the biggest part of my argument that we had on Wednesday was the media is to blame here, and on a lot of these things, the media needs to be changed. We need more accurate media. We need less biased media.
But
we need to go back to where it was.
We don't want that, though. We don't want that.
It's because it's not entertaining enough.
You're right, and that's exactly what we're talking about on Gashouse Live today. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone or different than anyone. We like to watch Jon Stewart. He's slanted our way. He's entertaining. He's slanted towards our thought process and our beliefs and the way things are. He's funny. He's entertaining. But Republicans look at Bill O'Reilly the same way.
Yeah.
So, there's this. I agree. There's a definite need for an unbiased, unslanted, like almost. I don't know who would fund it though, because that's the bottom line.
Is where the money comes
from.
Where
how are you going to fund this thing?
Is the money? Yeah, I know. So anyway, that was a big part of Wednesday's discussion. And what you're hearing right now is a band called Born of the Stars. The song's called A Change in You. This is one of our debuts on Wednesday. Also, a band called White Blush.
Ooh.
This song is Jolene.
Isn't it funny? I keep looking towards the chat room to be like, I wonder what they think about what I just said.
I know. Yeah. If you have not checked out Gashouse Live weekdays 5 to 7, you can listen on your mobile app and just on the website and not be a part of the chat room. But the chat room is its own show. Sometimes there's a lot going on in there all the time. A lot of good people in there, and it's always entertaining. Always. Sometimes they have more fun with their discussions. They're probably not even listening to us. So this is called White Blush. I think we have their whole album in rotation if you'd like to hear more from them. And finally, we debuted on Wednesday a band called The Years. And this song you're hearing right now is called Casualties. So that was pretty much Wednesday. Thursday, we were actually off. Normally, we're 5 days a week. Thursday, we had a special event.
Robbie V.
Rob Valivis of The Rob Valivis Show, which is weekdays.
Which is Sundays.
I'm sorry, Sunday. Huh? I've been saying
From 8
weekdays
to 11.
all night. Yes. 8 to 11 on Sundays. He was on at a special time, Thursday, 5 to 7, because he was broadcasting live from the AVN Awards in Las Vegas. The Adult Video News Awards, which is basically the porn awards.
It is the porn awards, not
Yeah.
basically.
It's just weird to me that it's like the Adult Video News
That's
Awards.
that's the magazine that sponsors the event.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a lot of fun to listen to what he was up to. And
It's like saying the Billboard magazine
right.
or Billboard Music Awards or something.
So that'll give you kind of a little idea of what Valiva's show is all about on Sunday nights. Definitely want to check that out. So we were off on Thursday. We came back. Amber's still the champion on Friday, which technically is today when we're recording this.
That's pretty great.
And we put Amber up against her probably toughest challenge so far, I would say. Looking at all the bands.
In my opinion, it's not even close.
Yeah, a lot of... I'm looking at all the bands she's played in the last 2 weeks, and this was definitely the toughest. This is a band called Wooden Hez. This song's called Children's Parade. I'll pull this up for a second.
The little ones were all ready for the big day, and we said, bring 'em down. We said, bring 'em down.
Kind of has a Dinosaur Jr. vibe to it.
Yeah, and somebody in the chat room said that as well. It definitely does. Good stuff. These are an alt-rock band out of Philly. And coincidentally, they're going to be our featured band next week. We opened the show with this week's featured band, Sweet Leda. They are an Annapolis, Maryland band. They're playing in Philly this week, or Delaware, I should say, close enough to Philly. That's why they were our featured band this past week. Now, starting Sunday, Wooden Hez is going to be our featured band because they've got a big show on the 24th at the Level Room in Philly, along with Boy Wonder, who we've seen at Hard Rock, another great band. So you'll be hearing a lot of Wooden Hez this week. If you like this song, you can always request it. They've got another song in our acoustic hour, which is every single day at 12 p.m. Eastern. So Wooden Hez is, even though they lost band versus band, it's not the end of the world. Like we said, it's not a real competition. Because they're still going to be all over Gashouse. Glad we got to hear more Wooden Hez.
So that was last week, right?
That was this whole week. Well, we debuted this band here, Brian Medlin, and the Elk Band. And this was at the end of the show. We didn't get a chance to hear this because it was like right at the end. But I'm pretty sure this is going to end up in our acoustic hour too, because this was a really cool song.
That's nice.
Yeah. Oh, and also today during the show on Friday, we haven't even mentioned the game of Radio Roulette that we play every single day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Messing up.
Every day on the show, we play a game called Radio Roulette. It's an easy game. Basically, as a listener, all you have to do is be listening during the show, and when we start the game Radio Roulette, you pick a number between 1 and 100. That's all you have to do. Almost like putting your chips down on a roulette board. You know, pick your favorite number, your luckiest number, whatever. And we have, like, our featured band, Sweet Leda. What we do is we have 100 songs we put together, and 2 out of those 100 songs are Sweet Leda songs or our featured band of the week songs. So you pick a number between 1 and 100. Once we get all the numbers, we spin the wheel, which means we shuffle that list of 100 songs. And if your number lands on the featured band of the week, then you win our prize. And the prize is progressive, meaning we add something to the prize every single day until we have a winner. Because there's a 2% chance. 2 songs out of 100 is 2%. We don't have a winner every day. So the prize just keeps growing and growing and growing until we have a winner. Well, we haven't had a winner in like 2 weeks, I think. 2 or 3 weeks. So we decided that today, Friday, we were going to play until we win. So we played Radio Roulette until we had a winner. And our friend at darkest_skies, who's Izzy in the chat room. She's in Finland, and she's a regular listener, and she won.
Today?
Today. Her number landed. Her number landed on Sweet Leda, so she won like 4 albums, a handful of stickers, some matchbooks, some T-shirts, some pins. I mean, all stuff that all the bands that we work with and promote and everything, bands send us stuff, and we give it away on the show. And by the way, if you're in a band or you know somebody in a band, go to our website, the contact page, and there's the address. Send us your stuff, and we will give it away. It's great promotion for you, and we get to give stuff away to our listeners. It's a win-win.
That's kind of nice.
And it's a fun game. So today we had a winner, which was nice. Also, Brian Medlin, we also debuted 2 other bands as well.
I forgot about these guys.
Yes, this was Craig Black.
This is not really something that we play a lot.
You would think that, because it almost sounds like it's like R&B, something like that. They mix it up really nice here. Craig Black is very interesting. It's not just straight R&B.
No, it's not.
At Guest House,
it's a little spacey.
We don't really
don't play hip hop because our listeners don't like it.
Yeah, we don't really have rules on genre.
I don't mind it. I don't. Yeah, but people don't. You know.
We pretty much play everything, except we learned that our listeners just don't like hip hop. So we kind of stayed away from the hip hop and the R&B, and then metal. We have a select group of listeners that like that. So we have metal every night from midnight to 2 a.m. But we kind of keep the metal at midnight.
Right.
So anyway, this was Craig Black, and then finally,
before we go crazy,
Maxwell Johnson, Hallelujah. I liked this one a lot too. All right, so that was the week in Gas House. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fade this out a little bit, and I think we should hear a full track from our current band vs. band champion, Amber Ladd.
Old Amber Ladd?
Yeah, I think so.
She's not old, though.
No, she's not.
Nice. She's old to Gas House.
She's old news now. It's been 2 weeks. She's been dominating everywhere.
Yeah, it's
not only is she really talented artist, but she's really fun to hang out with in the chat room during the show. She's very, not very, what's the word? She participates in the show a lot, which we appreciate.
Hey, how can you not?
And that really helps out a band. I mean, Drag is a great band. Drag are our 2012 Band vs. Band champions. We do a tournament at the end of the year. And with the top 20 bands of the year, they do like a bracket tournament. And Drag is a band out of the UK, punk band, that won the whole championship last year. And I think not only are they a good band, but I think what helped them out a lot is that all the members of the band hung out in the chat room and conversed with our listeners in the chat room and participated in the show and tweeted and just understood that it was supposed to be fun and had a lot of fun with it, and they won.
It's fun for you. It's fun for me.
All right, so let's hear a little bit of Amber Ladd. We'll come back and quickly kind of give you an idea what's coming up next week and get out of here.
True.
Some kind of call, something like all people who know in their soul
All right, there we go. Amber Lad, Repeats and Replays. That song for a long time now has been the number one song in our top 10 countdown. The top 10 countdown is the highest voted songs on Gashouse Radio for the month, and you can hear that every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern, and replays at 2 a.m. Eastern as well. Top 10 countdown. Our featured band this week, Wooden Hez, who we mentioned in the first half of the show, that was they're also in the top 10 countdown. As is one of the bands that we're going to talk about next. So let's take a kind of look at what's going up on Gashouse Live this coming up week. Well, Monday we're going to be live as usual.
New artist special, right?
It's the New Music Monday. New Music
Monday. All
yes.
right.
We have two things going on this week. You kind of combined them because Thursday we have an artist special, which we'll get to.
All right.
But no, Monday we have the New Music Monday. It's a new segment we're doing because we get so many submissions from bands, which is a good thing, but we have a hard time keeping up on them. So once a month probably we're going to do this where we're introducing you, instead of band versus band, we're going to play 10 new bands. One song from each of these 10 new bands. And on Monday you're going to hear these bands. You're going to hear Nine Lies, Pretty Dolce, Sanction the Radio, The Fox and the Hounds, The Carnival Kid, Circle, Bashful Hips, Joffel Project, Aylin Esser, and Paul Pritchard. We might even, let me take a close look at our list here.
I like it that they are the Hound and the Foxes.
The Fox and the Hounds.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
One fox, multiple hounds.
Yeah, maybe the front man's the fox, or woman.
I thought it was going to
know.
be a woman.
Could be.
That's why she's the fox, and they're just hounds.
That would make sense.
I know my gender stuff.
So that's Monday, and in addition, we'll do music news and entertainment news as always, our regular stuff.
Word is bond.
We'll recap the weekend if anything crazy goes on this weekend. Last weekend was a little nuts. This weekend might be a little relaxed. I'm going to try my best to get out to Roger Delaney and Steve Oakley at Hebe Saturday night. But
this past Saturday night?
Right. Yeah, by the time anybody hears this, yes. It'll be over.
Yesterday. I'm going to try to get out to Hebe yesterday.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yesterday I'm going to do my best.
Which is great.
Yes. All right, so that's Monday. Tuesday, we have a band called Writing Off Tomorrow. Yes, this is Writing Off Tomorrow. Now, this band, they debuted in the beginning of January, or it might have even been the end of December. Everyone liked them a lot, and therefore they're on Tuesday in Band vs. Band. They liked them so much, though, that they're in the top 10 countdown as well. In fact, I think they're like number 2. A lot of people like them, so band's called Writing Off Tomorrow. You'll hear more of them on Tuesday. We're also going to be debuting, let me see here. I wish I could read my own writing.
That's nice. I can't read it from this far.
Yeah, I can't read it at all.
I have my glass. I need new glasses.
We've got 3 bands that we're debuting, but I'm not going to butcher their names because I can't read my writing. See, there's so many bands, and I write with marker on a big whiteboard, but you have to write so small that it gets all smudged. That's all right, though. You'll have to tune in, find out. Tuesday, we have a band called The Great Party.
Oh, snap-a-rooney.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know, man. I'm losing focus. I'm getting a little sleepy, and that stuff comes out.
All right. Well, the band's called The Great Party. And again, we don't know. I mean, we know Amber Ladd's going to go against Writing Off Tomorrow on Tuesday. We don't know who's going to face The Great Party.
So Amber's going to be with us all this week, no matter what, win or lose. No, because there's only 3 days, so if she wins, she's only at 10. She can't.
No, if she loses, she's out.
No.
She's not going to be
She's
with
with us all this week if she doesn't lose.
Right.
Like, there's only 3 days, so even if she wins out the week, she's still with us because she's not retired. There's not enough days.
Right.
That's what I meant.
We didn't.
See, I'm losing focus.
Yeah, if a band makes it in band versus band 15 days in a row, 15 wins in a row, they get retired.
So no matter what, if it was only 5, it'd only be 12.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So my point was moot.
Yes. So we're gonna be, if she can beat Writing Off Tomorrow, she'll face the Great Party. If Writing Off Tomorrow wins on Tuesday, Writing Off Tomorrow will be facing these guys, the Great Party.
What was that? The Great Party? I like that name for a band.
And I like this. This sounds really good.
This is them?
Yeah. I like it.
I am liking it.
Yeah.
I feel like they could do well with Fantastic Planet.
True. Wednesday is going to be interesting. All right, the Great Party. We're also let's see if I can read this writing here.
What?
I think it's Hazeland on Wednesday.
Excuse me.
And I think Single Channel Stress. And I apologize to the bands if I'm butchering it, but I guess this is the first podcast. I'm going to have to learn that I need to write these names down somewhere else so I can read them.
That's right.
All right, so that's Wednesday. Now, Thursday, we're not going to do band versus band again. You know why?
Why? I know why. Tell them why, though.
Because on Thursday, we're going to do another artist special, which we haven't done in months.
That's really great.
It's exciting. Yes, every once in a while we do this.
But we don't have an artist?
Well, this is why I'm bringing it up as well, because we want you guys to pick the artist. See, every once in a while we do an artist special instead of the band versus band. It means we pick a band and play their songs on throughout the show, underneath, while we're talking, when we take breaks. It's just that day for that band. And it's a band that has a respectable catalog, a long history.
Not
a
an
big
independent band.
Right, no, a big mainstream band. Like in the past we've done Smashing Pumpkins, Neil Young, David Bowie, Jack White, Beastie Boys, just big name bands. So if you go to gashouseradio.com/artist special, there's a poll, and there's like 20 bands listed, and we usually ask on these days, like, who else would you like to hear? I mean, Pink Floyd, Nirvana, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
We haven't done any of them.
Hall & Oates, Slayer.
We've done Cake.
Yeah, we've done Cake, that's right. Pixies, No Effects, Dio, Korn, Stoner Jesus.
Why did you say Dio?
So somebody requested Dio once.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Stoner Jesus requested Korn.
That's not going to happen either.
Foo Fighters, it might.
Foo Fighters might happen.
It depends. Marilyn Manson. I'd like to hear Marilyn Manson.
Why are we going to play Korn? We hate Korn. We don't not like Korn. We hate Korn. Why are we going to do that?
Because it's what our listeners want.
Our listeners
but don't worry.
Hear us
don't worry.
Half-ass it through a Korn show.
They have the lowest amount of votes. Don't worry.
Okay, good. They better.
Right now it's a tie between Nirvana, Marilyn Manson, and Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. So
I'm going to do Candy Corn show if I have to.
So if you go to gashouseradio.com/artist special, you can pick. You can even write in your own if you want.
You know what a candy corn show is? You put as much candy corn in your mouth as you can, and then you got to do the show that way.
That's perfect for a corn show.
Mm-hmm. It kind of would work for a corn show, actually.
I like it. So that's going to be Thursday on Gas House.
Somebody from Murder Rebel Radio wanted an amendment against corn.
I know. I saw that today.
I thought it was really funny.
We're also going to be debuting Jack Slacks and Happy Thieves on that day as well, so in addition to the artists. So we will have a little bit of new music to add to one of these older, bigger bands. All right, and then finally, Friday.
What have we got?
Friday is Dorothy's birthday. Dorothy's one of our big listeners.
Amber will be back.
Not necessarily.
Maybe. I feel like
you're gonna make people think that we're fixing this thing.
We're not fixing it. I'm telling you, she's rolling.
Yeah,
dude.
she's just rolling over bands.
I can tell,
really good bands.
I could tell a couple days ago. Yeah. She's
Oh.
rolling, and that's why I'm exaggerating, because
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We will see, but I will be surprised if she gets knocked off.
Yeah. So Friday, whoever is the current champion will face a band called Vera City Waves, who's also been in the top 10 countdown this month. We debuted him, and a lot of people liked him. So Vera City Waves, that's what you're hearing right now.
That's nice.
We'll be debuting a band called Whatever We Are and a band called E-Mute. And,
M-U-T-E, mute.
Yeah.
E-mute. All right, I can dig it.
So that's the week coming up. And like I said, Dorothy's one of our big supporters and listeners, and she's always in the chat room. Very cool lady.
Shout out to her for
Shout out
born
to
day.
Dorothy. It's her birthday on the 25th, so we'll be heading out somewhere in Bristol for that.
Get her D's est.
Somewhere Bristol, Levittown, somewhere. I don't know. So that's what's coming up. So hopefully...
That's this Friday, right?
Yes. So hopefully you liked the music that you heard on this podcast. You can go and search out the bands on gashouseradio.com, learn more about them, and tune in every single weekday, 5 to 7 p.m. We're live.
Yeah.
You can participate in the show with Twitter, with the chat room. Also, which I just realized that we screwed up and did not mention today.
Wow.
We post a bulletin board on our Facebook page.
She.
Yeah, we did not do that today.
We posted it. We didn't talk about it today.
Right.
So,
That
we
stinks.
will. I'm going to go next week, and I'm going to post it every week at noon. I'm going to get on TweetDeck and just schedule it Monday through Friday at noon next week.
Yeah.
I'm meaning to do that. I just keep forgetting.
When you see that bulletin board go up on our Gas House Radio Facebook page, comment anything you'd like mentioned on the show, and we will mention it during the show.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. And we also talk, you'll see a lot of random things being posted on our Facebook page, and those are the things we usually talk about during the show as well. So,
Yeah.
if you're a regular listener of the show, thank you for your support. If you're a new listener, please check us out Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. You got any more shout-outs before we get out of here? I'm going to shout out unsungphilly.com.
Shout out
Sons of Krypton, 420 Watch.
at 420 Watch on Twitter.
Yeah, all of our regular chat room listeners. I mean, it's a shame because I know there's a lot more, like Drew from Hiding Scarlet. We have a lot of them.
Shout out to our next Pampers Band champ. I'm just kidding. She's not necessarily.
Yeah, and I think that'll about do it. What do you want to go out with?
I don't know, man.
Maybe we'll go out with this week's featured band, Wooden
Yeah,
Heads.
perfect. Go out with some Wooden.
We played a little bit of Children's Parade in the background, but maybe we'll...
Yeah, give them a whole thing so they'll
Yeah.
know what to do if they come back next week.
Yeah, so here you go. The Guest House Radio featured band this week, and we'll be live on Monday, and we're going to try and do this podcast every week. So, thank you.
Gas House Radio. Gas House Radio. Featured band of the week.
Put on my old skin, same one I always wore. It itched and didn't quite fit. Hey, 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 it's going down. Hey, 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 it's going down. Search through the closet, pulled out all the old shoes. Couldn't find no new skin. Didn't remember how